what we do is we present you with all of the snapshots that we've taken. You can see here that I'm doing a daily snapshot that runs at about 12:28 every morning. But on Friday, I was doing a lot of work in here. And since we're going to simulate basically a refresh that happened, we're going to go back to that one that I did right at 4 p.m. on Friday. And then it's just a matter of creating that deployment. So what we're doing here is we're rebuilding that snapshot from 4 p.m. on Friday in my case, and pulling that back into a dependency tree so that we can then do that same type of comparison where we would normally, where our default of compare and deploy compares two different environments like Sandbox 1 and Sandbox 2 here in my demo account. Instead of comparing two separate ones, we're comparing the history with the current, which is what we see here. So if we want to restore our Salto Sandbox 2 to the condition it was in at 4 p.m., we've got 23 changes that we would need to make. 4 of those are additions, meaning something got deleted, and 19 of those are modifications, meaning something got changed. We have a naming convention here at Salto for the customer engineers. So all of our stuff, so that we don't end up stepping on each other during demonstrations, we put our initials on everything. So if I want to find all of my stuff that got impacted by this, I just type in my initials. And again, you can use any type of text search here. Additionally, we have the ability, if you know that, hey, you're just looking for instance, workflows, we can just look for workflows. We have lots of filtering capabilities here built into this screen. But like I said, we're going to use my initials to find everything. And we can see here that I've got a couple of saved searches, a workflow, and a custom field that got wiped out over the weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of them. Now, in my particular case, I don't have any dependencies on these, but had there been a dependency that was not already in my current environment, or sorry, that was as compared to my March 15th at 4 p.m. environment, it would identify those here, not just as a required dependency, but also, if there's something that is related to this change that is not necessarily technically required by SDF to make the change, but something that may have a business reason. For instance, maybe a form would be impacted by one of these changes. It would show up here as potentially an additional dependency because it's not technically required to move over. However, it may be something that from your business case might be important. In my particular case, that's not necessary at this time. As you can see, I have nothing that's required or missing. So I can go ahead and preview the deployment. And this is something that we do no matter whether you're doing a compare and deploy, a revert, which I'll show you a little bit later, or this restore capability. We just want to make sure that we're putting things in the right orders. We're also doing an SDF validate under the covers, and just making sure that we're not missing anything. We've done a lot of deployments here at Salto. So if there's something that our customers have encountered, we're going to create what we call a change validator that is going to, go out and check and say, hey, have we seen any errors with this type of a deployment before? If so, we're going to show them to you. A couple of things here. We'll come back to that pending change request here. But as I mentioned, like I said, we just give you this basically the preview screen. It's just going to tell us that in this case, 4 things will be added. And one of those change validators has detected that I have an internal ID rather than a script ID in my saved searches. So it's just giving me a heads up that I'm going to need to, check this once I've done my deployment to make sure that it's pointing to the things that we expect. And I now have the ability to deploy and push. So deploying is the process of actually instantiating the changes that are being made in your NetSuite account.